A very good morning to my dear students. How are you? Hope all of you are fine. Let's start our IP class. In the previous class, you have learned about Python. We started our third chapter, which is Python, in which we specified that Python is a simple language, and we covered what is an interpreter, compiler, and assembler. That means for converting high-level language to low-level language, some translators are used. They are known as, some examples for these translators are compiler, interpreter, and assembler. And then we discussed about Python. In the working with Python, there are two modes are there. They are interactive mode and script mode. In interactive mode, when we are typing a line, at the same time it is executed. That means when we are giving an input at the same time, we will get, if suppose we use a output statement, at the same times we will get the output also, which is known as interactive mode. And there is script mode also. Script mode means in interactive mode we cannot save the program we have done. For this, script mode is introduced. In script mode we can code in Notepad and save the file by using .py extension. So by using this file, we can reuse this file. That means if I have done a program for you, you can run it in your computer when I am sending it to your computer. So in script mode, we can save the computer program. And next is we have to start Python. For this, there are a concept known as tokens are used. So in your textbook, that token keyword is not specified, but in every programming language, when we are using programming language, tokens are needed. Before going to token, we must know what's the necessary components to be used in a program or in a language. For example, when we are studying English language, what we will learn first? Yes, we will study alphabets, both capital and small letters. Alphabets are there. And then we studied some rules. And then we studied some words like what, which, where, how, who, like that. Some words we will study. And some rules. That means after question, there will be question mark. Then for each sentence starts with capital letter. After each sentence there will be full stop. Like that, some rules we will study. So some components also will study. That means alphabets, some special characters like comma, full stop, question mark, exclamation mark, and some question for forming some questions, some words like which, where, who, all are needed. So these are the basic idea of any programming, any language, not programming, any language. In English, in Hindi also we will study I, E, like that. In Malayalam also we will study, and we will study some grammars also. So we all know when we are studying a language, we have to study its alphabets, special characters used, special symbols used, some grammars, some rules, etc. So in any programming language, the same criteria is used to define a programming language. For example, when you are studying C programming, some rules are there, some words are there. We have to study that. So these some rules or some alphabets or some special symbols used together is known as tokens. Not in the case of Python, but in the case of all programs we are using tokens. So token is the smallest individual unit in any programming language. So token is the smallest individual unit in any programming language. We can classify tokens into many types. They are keywords, identifiers, operators, special symbols, conditional operator, like that. So we are classifying our tokens into many types. They are keywords, identifiers, variables. Variable is also a type of identifier, data types. Then there will be operators, then there will be some special symbols. So we have to study first. We want to study Python programming language. To study Python programming language, first we have to know the components that are used to form our Python language. So components means smallest individual unit, which is known as tokens. So don't forget the name. Tokens are the basic unit to study any programming language. These tokens are classified into many types like keywords, identifiers, operators, special symbols, data types, etc. So we can discuss in detail. In your textbook, the term tokens are not specified here, but you have to understand what is a token. So don't forget, the smallest individual unit to form any programming language is known as tokens. So let's discuss Python tokens. In Python tokens, first we have to study keywords. Keywords. Keywords are the reserved words. Reserved word means they are already defined in our Python programming language. That is, keywords are already defined words in Python programming language. For example, in our language like English, we will use the keywords like English, like which, who, what, where, all are in English. So you all know the meanings of these words. What, which, where. You all know the meanings. I also know the meanings. We cannot change the meaning of what, where, who, etc. So they all are predefined words in English. It is also known as reserved words. It is used for that purpose only. Who, where, what. So it is known as reserved words. Like in English, we are using who, where, etc. Like in Python programming language, also we can use some keywords or reserved words. These reserved words are known as keywords. So I will tell once more. Keywords are the reserved words that are used in Python programming language. We cannot change the meaning of keywords. It have some specified purpose are there. Only for that purpose keywords are used. I think you can follow me. Each keyword has a specific meaning. That means for each keyword there will be a meaning. We cannot alter the meaning. So keywords are the basic unit or basic token in Python programming language, not in Python. In every programming language, keywords are there. Depends the programming language, number of keywords will be different, sometimes 32, sometimes 30, like that. But all programming languages use keywords which have some specified meaning, which also known as reserved words. We cannot change the meaning of these keywords. So Python interpreter will understand the meaning of this keyword. These keywords are case sensitive. Case sensitive means keywords will be normally in small letters. We will use keywords normally in small letters. So exactly as given in this table, we have to write the keywords. For example, these all are the keywords used in Python programming language. Continue, def, from, for, lambda, try, while, with, if, import, else, elif, del. So these are the keywords used in Python programming language. Each keyword has its own meaning. We cannot change the meaning of keywords. So once again I will explain, because this is the base of your Python programming language. You have to understand thoroughly. That's why I am explaining again. Keywords are the reserved words used in Python programming language. Each keyword has its own meaning. We cannot change the keyword. Suppose if we use capital letter, then in the Python interpreter, then we must use capital letter itself. We cannot change the case of keywords. Normally small letters are used as keywords. So this is the first token. Second token is identifiers. Identifiers. As the name implies, identify something. How can we identify something? I can identify you by specifying your name. You can identify me by using my name. I can identify your textbook by using the textbook name. So, to identify, some names are needed, like our name. We are using many names. So, like our name, there must be a name in our programming language. Is in programming language, we will not identify some human beings. Sometimes it's needed, but normally we will use variables, function, etc. We will discuss what a variable is, what a function is. So to identify this variable or function, we will use identifier in Python. Regarding this identifier, by using this identifier, we can identify something. For example, you have to add 10 and 20. Then this 10 will be stored in a particular name which is known as variable name. 20 is stored in a particular name which is known as variable name. So suppose A equal to 10 and B equal to 20, then A plus B. We will do the operation A plus B. So this A and B are known as variable name, or it is termed as identifier. So to identify 10, we used A. To identify 20, we used B. So this A and B are identifiers or variable name. So there are some rules to define identifier. We can use any name like grade 12 is an identifier. IP is an identifier. We can use any name, but there are some rules. The rules are the name should begin with an uppercase or a lowercase alphabet or an underscore sign. That means when we are using identifier, either we can start with uppercase letter or lowercase letter or underscore sign. So we can use any combination like A123, B123, underscore student. So an inside identifier we can use a digit. That means I can create an identifier as student 123. But we cannot use digit in the first place. That means identifier will not start with digit. We can either use capital letter, small letter, underscore. Normally, small letter is the procedure. For constants, we will use capital letter. It can be any of length. Any length, that means we can use any number of characters, 10, 100,000, all possible. But it's good to use small size identifier. That means short identifiers are preferred. Otherwise, it will be difficult to do program. Suppose you use an identifier which consists of 100 characters, it will be difficult to use again and again. So, it is better to use short identifier, but we can use any length identifier. It should not be a keyword. This is compulsory. We cannot use a keyword as identifier. That is, here else is a keyword. We cannot use this else as an identifier. Then we cannot use special symbols like exclamation, at the rate, hash, dollar sign, percentage, etc. in identifier. That means we cannot use student at 123. It's wrong because we cannot use special symbols in identifier. Some examples for identifier are marks maths, marks English, marks IP, ABC, capital ABC, etc. Then we can find the addition by average by using adding these identifiers, which also known as variable name. This marks English, marks IP, marks maths, all are known as variable name. So identifier are defined by uses. Keywords are defined by Python interpreter. So there are some rules to use identifier. We will use this identifier to represent some data in our programming language. So this is a token. So we studied identifier and keywords in today's class, which are two tokens used, and variables also an identifier. We can discuss variables in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.